Hello, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, we're going to be talking about combining like terms. Combining like terms, well, let's just do some experimenting over here. 2 plus 4. It's 2 plus 4. 2 plus 4, that's easy. That's just 6. Okay, nothing crazy there. But what's A plus A? Well, I have an A, I have another A. So how many A's total is that? Well, that's 2 of them. So we call this 2A. Okay, that's not too crazy, right? 2 A's together make 2A. Okay. How about 2A plus 4A? Okay, well, let's write this out. What's happening? I have 2 A's, one here, another here, and then I want to add 4 more A's. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. How many A's do I have altogether? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could rewrite this as 6A. If you don't want to have to write out all the pieces, if they have the same ending, we can just add the numbers. 2 plus 4 is 6. I have 6A. Okay, cool. How about the next one? 2A plus 4B. Okay, well, let's see. I have 2 A's. I have 4 B's. But if I'm looking at these, does anything combine? Well, not really, because the A's are their own thing. They're just A's. The B's are their own thing. They're just B's. So they can't really combine together. We can't make a bigger number of A's or B's. So we call these unlike terms. They cannot be combined. So we keep them separate. 2A plus 4B. Now, I didn't need to write that out to find out. I just had to look at their endings. These have different endings, so they're not going to combine. Now, this one's kind of tricky. Take a look at this. 2A squared plus A squared plus 2A. If I'm looking at it, it kind of looks like they all end the same way. They all end with A. But are they really the same? Well, the first one, let's write it out. That's A squared plus A squared. And then we have another A squared. And then we have A and A. Now, we can only combine things that are exactly the same. So if I look at my list here, it looks like I have 3 things that are exactly the same and 2 things that are exactly the same. So we'll say 3A squared plus 2A. And really, that's combining like terms. If you've ever been confused by this concept, it's really just that simple. All combining like terms is adding or subtracting numbers with the same ending. So if I'm looking here, I don't have to write them all out like we did over here. That would take forever. Instead, I'm just going to look for numbers with the same ending and add or subtract them. So if I'm looking here, I've got 7x and negative 3x. They both end with exactly the same thing, just x. So I'm going to ignore this 5. I'm going to ignore this 8 and just combine this 7 and this 3. 7 minus 3 is 4, and I'll keep the ending the same, 4x. Okay? Then I'll take a look at the next letters or numbers, 5 and 8. They both have the same, air quotes, ending because they both don't end in anything. They're just numbers, which means we can combine them. 5 minus 8. Okay, so we have different signs, so we subtract them. 8 minus 5 is 3. And then the bigger number was 8, so it's negative 3. And just like that, you've combined like terms. All right, combining like terms is really easy. All you have to do is find things with the same ending and add them together. Let's try 2 more examples. Okay, starting here. I've got r cubed s. Is there anything else with r cubed s? Not this one. That's rs squared. That's different. Right here. R cubed s. So I'm going to take these 2 numbers and I'm going to add them together. 14 plus 25. Okay, if I don't have a calculator, that's okay, because we can just add them together. 5 plus 4 is 9, and 1 plus 2 is 3. So 39, and then I keep the endings the same. r cubed s. All right, and I can cross them off because they're no longer needed. Next thing I'm going to try and combine, let's go rs squared. I've got 11 rs squared. Is there any other rs squareds? Yeah, right here. Negative 6 rs squared. I might first want to try and simplify this. Positive times a negative turns this into a negative, so I can ignore this. This is negative 6 rs. So I have negative 11, negative 6. Those are the same sign, negative 11, negative 6. So I add them together. 11 and 6 is 17. And since they're both negative, it stays negative. And then I write the ending, rs squared. Okay, so I can cross these off. Is there anything left? Yeah, there's this negative 5. Does this negative 5 have anything to combine with? No. So I'll just write negative 5. And just like that, we've combined like terms. It looked really complicated, but it's not. It's just match the endings, combine the numbers. Match the endings, combine the numbers. All right, example 4 is where it gets just a little tricky because it looks like we have to do some simplifying first. So let's simplify this a little. We'll distribute this negative 2 times 8 and this negative 2 times negative 4. Let's start here. Negative 2 times 8 is negative 16, c cubed. Negative 2 times negative 4, well, a negative times a negative is positive. 2 times 4 is 8, and we keep the ending the same. And then we can just write the rest. C cubed plus 12c. Now I'm going to look for things with the same ending. We'll start with the cubed. I like to start with the highest exponent. So we've got this negative 16 cubed and this negative c cubed. If you're ever missing a number in front, you can just put a little 1 there, okay? Negative 16, negative 1. They have the same sign, so I'm going to add them. 16 and 1 makes 17. And since they're both negative, negative 17. Okay, that's done. Let's take a look at the next highest number, 2. We've got c squared. Are there any other c squareds? No. So we're just going to drop that down with the sign that's next to it. Make sure you keep that sign with it. And then we'll cap it off with this 12c. Is there any other just plain old vanilla c? No. So we're just going to keep it the same. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that clears it up. Combining like terms is really simple. You're just matching numbers that have the same ending. The hardest part is honestly knowing those adding and subtracting rules. So it's really going to help you to look back at the last lesson, if you have already forgot, to remember that same signs, we add the numbers, different signs, we subtract the numbers. And when you're combining like terms, you always keep the ending the same. All right. I love you guys. You're doing great. Keep up the good work.